If you want to build bigger arms with minimal equipment, then you're going to love these exercises because they target the most important muscles that make your arms look bigger, wider, and thicker. These include your biceps, your triceps, and your shoulders. And all you'll need for the entire workout is a pair of dumbbells, allowing you to do it anywhere, even at home. So let's start first with a bicep exercise that targets a part of your arm that most people don't train hard enough, the brachialis. And the exercise I'm talking about is called the alternating cross-body dumbbell curl. If you're currently not performing any curls with a neutral grip during your arm workouts, you're not maximizing the development of your brachialis. This isn't ideal if you want bigger arms because building up the brachialis is what gives your arms a wider appearance. So to get started with this exercise, you would grab 2 dumbbells and hold them in a neutral position at your sides. Before doing anything, you'll want to lean slightly forward to help take your shoulders out of the movement and to put more constant tension on the brachialis. Then you would curl the dumbbell up, but rather than coming straight up for a regular hammer curl, you're going to come across your body, aiming to bring the dumbbell up to your opposite pec. Then slowly lower the dumbbell back down and repeat the same thing on the other side, alternating back and forth for reps. Next is a tricep exercise that you only need 1 dumbbell for, the single arm overhead tricep extension. You could perform these standing or seated, and you don't need a crazy amount of weight for these to be effective. To begin, you'll grab a dumbbell and press it straight up above your head. Then bend your elbow and lower the dumbbell behind your head as if you're going to scratch the back of your neck. As you're doing this, make sure that you don't flare your elbow out to the side, and instead do your best to keep your upper arm locked in place with your elbow pointing upward. From there, you're going to extend your elbow until your arm is almost locked out over your head, and then lower back down and repeat for reps. Another very effective tricep exercise that I rarely see people performing is the 2-arm dumbbell kickback. I occasionally see someone doing kickbacks with just 1 dumbbell, but very rarely see it being done with 2 dumbbells at the same time. Begin by grabbing 2 dumbbells and stand straight up with the dumbbells hanging at your sides. Then bend your upper body all the way down until your back is parallel to the ground. A lot of people make the mistake of only bending halfway, and that's going to diminish the tension on your triceps by a lot. So bend all the way down, and at the same time, you're going to bend your elbows and pin them back up along the sides of your ribs. While you're bent over, you also want to remember to keep your chest out and to maintain the neutral curve in your lower back. From there, just extend your elbows until your arms are almost fully locked out behind you. Then slowly lower back down until your arms are bent back at about the 90-degree angle they were at when you started, and repeat for reps. If you never do kickbacks with both arms at the same time, then give this one a shot because it's an effective way to change things up. Next, let's go over a great bicep exercise that you rarely see, the wide dumbbell curl. Usually people will only go wide with barbell curls, not realizing that going wide with dumbbells can offer another unique way to target the short head of the biceps. This is the portion of the biceps that sits on the insides of your arms. So you would begin wide curls the same way as regular dumbbell bicep curls. Grab 2 dumbbells, stand straight up, and pin your elbows tight against your ribs. Except now instead of curling straight up, you're going to rotate your arms outward first. Then curl the dumbbells up toward your shoulders while continuing to keep your elbows in the same position close to your ribs. Once the dumbbells are all the way up, almost at your shoulders, slowly lower back down while still keeping your arms externally rotated. Then when you reach the starting position, repeat for reps. Next, we have one of the best exercises for the bicep, the concentration curl. And even though this exercise is common, it can give you one of the best bicep pumps and help boost your bicep strength dramatically. To begin, sit on the edge of a bench with your knees wide apart and a dumbbell on the floor in between your feet. Grab the dumbbell with an underhanded grip and pin that arm against the inside of your thigh. Make sure that arm isn't too high up. It should be your lower tricep that ends up on the inside of your thigh, not your elbow. If your elbow is pinned against your thigh, you most likely have to bring your arm a little further down. Your other hand can rest on your other thigh, and from there, you'll curl the dumbbell up towards your upper chest. Squeeze at the top for a second and then slowly lower back down and repeat for reps. Now, you'll definitely want to put this exercise into your arm workouts because getting stronger at concentration curls will help build the outer portion of your bicep, also known as the long head of the bicep. Another great bicep exercise that's performed on an incline bench is the dumbbell spider curl. To begin, you'll first set up a bench at a high incline angle. Then you'll grab 2 dumbbells and lay facing forward with both dumbbells hanging down at your sides with your hands in a neutral position. From there, curl the dumbbells up towards your shoulders while simultaneously turning both hands over into a supinated position with your palms facing upward. Squeeze the top for a second and then lower back down. Then repeat for reps. Remember to do your best to prevent your elbows from flaring out during this exercise, which is common. Also, if you have a problem with using cheek curls, this exercise can be especially beneficial because by laying down face forward on a bench, you prevent yourself from thrusting your hips forward, leaning backwards, and other mistakes where you rely on momentum. Next, we have the Arnold press. This is a great dumbbell shoulder exercise that hits all three heads of the shoulder, front, middle, and back. And part of the way that it's able to hit all three heads is by putting you through a longer range of motion than almost all other overhead pressing movements. We're gonna do these seated, although they can be done standing as well. You'll be able to generate more power and press a heavier weight from a seated position. So start seated with both dumbbells resting on your knees. Kick one dumbbell up into a fully curled position with your knuckle facing away from you and do the same with the other. Then start pressing the dumbbells up over your head. As you do that, rotate the dumbbells inward and turn your hands all the way over as you complete the press. Then slowly lower back down, and as you're lowering down, turn the dumbbells outward, turn your hands back to the starting position, and keep lowering until the dumbbells are under your chin. Then repeat for reps. As you do this, remember to keep your elbows relatively tight together the whole time. Don't let them flare out every time you turn the dumbbells outward. Another excellent shoulder exercise that you can go heavy with is the bent arm lateral raise. You can effectively target your shoulders and get the same benefits that you would from upright barbell rows, except without all the risk of shoulder impingement that upright rows have. You would start by leaning slightly forward with your arms bent while holding two dumbbells resting in front of your hips. Then, while keeping the elbows bent at about 90 degrees, you're going to raise the dumbbells up to shoulder level, but unlike the upright row, you're going to keep your hands a whole forearm's length in front of your body, rather than sliding the barbell up along your body like you would with upright rows. This will prevent the excessive internal rotation that causes impingement. Make sure at the top position that your elbows are either parallel with your wrists or slightly above your wrists. Then lower the dumbbells back down to that original starting position in front of your hips and repeat for reps. Make sure you use heavier weights for this exercise than what you would normally use for, let's say, regular lateral raises. Since your elbows are bent rather than extended, you're creating a shorter lever length, giving you more leverage and allowing you to lift heavier weights. So make sure you do. Now, I want to move back to a tricep exercise because we left out one of the best tricep exercises that you can do with dumbbells, dumbbell skull crushers. To begin, grab two dumbbells and take a seat on a flat bench. Lay back and bring the dumbbells up a little over the line of your shoulders so that they're about in line with your eyes. Keep your hands in a neutral position and lower the dumbbells by bending your elbows until the dumbbells pass around your ears. From there, extend your elbows until the dumbbells are back to their original starting position and then repeat for reps. While performing reps, avoid flaring your elbows out and don't cheat by swinging the weight up and down. To ensure that you have good form, do your best to lock your upper arms and your elbows in one position, and then do your best to primarily only move your forearms and your hands up and down. For our last exercise, we have a compound exercise that primarily targets the triceps, but also hits the shoulders and the chest, the hex press. This exercise allows you to lift much heavier weight, and that'll allow you to really develop your tricep strength, which will benefit your performance with all your other tricep exercises. Since you'll be using heavy weight for this one, try to position it towards the beginning of your tricep workout. Just like with a regular dumbbell press, you would start by sitting down on a bench and then kicking the dumbbells off of your knees and bringing them over your chest with the dumbbells touching together in a neutral position. When trying to target the triceps with this exercise, it's not as important to squeeze the dumbbells together, which is what you would want to do if you wanted to focus more on the chest. Instead, just make sure that they stay touching. Once you're in the starting position, you want to press the dumbbells straight up and stop right before locking out your elbows to really keep all that tension on the muscles that are working. From there, you'll want to lower them back down until your hands come back to the original starting position at around your upper abs or chest. Then press back up and repeat for reps. So those are the 10 best exercises that you can do using only dumbbells to put mass on your arms. To set this up as a workout, if you're a beginner, I would select just 5 of the exercises and start either with Arnold presses or hex presses and do 3 sets of 10 reps of the 5 exercises that you select. If you're more advanced, I would set it up like this. Start with 3 sets of Arnold presses, supersetted with bent arm lateral raises. Then select 3 to 4 of each the bicep and tricep exercises. And you're gonna combine them, so you're gonna superset those by performing the tricep exercise first, immediately followed by the bicep exercise, and then you would take a 2 to 3 minute break and repeat these supersets for 3 sets for each exercise. Again, you'll be doing that for each of the 3 or 4 bicep and tricep exercises that you choose to combine. After that kind of a workout, I promise, even for those of you that are really advanced, your arms will be toast. That about wraps it up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also keep in mind